Peace and blessings. Namaste to all the light workers all over the world. It is me, Sophie, and today we're going to talk about Mahashivratri and also the wheel of reincarnation from the Buddhist perspective. And I'm going to share with you some very deep insight and revelations concerning this. And I'm only sharing this with you so it can help you edify your journey. Okay, and it can also help free your mind so that you're not locked into this matrix system. And a lot of the things that I'm going to talk about is going to be eye-opening. And you've never heard it before. Maybe you have. But the perspective that I bring is coming from the realms of the Ein Sof. So it's going to be an interesting topic, and it's not an easy topic to talk about either. So first of all, if you don't know, there was a big celebration a couple of days ago. Mahashivratri, and India was lit. Okay, Sadhguru covered the entire event. All of the rituals that was done, the dancing that was done, the Shiva Linga, which we will also be talking about. And it was just amazing to watch. And on that day, I actually went out to the temples. I went to a temple in Nashville, hoping to get some of this insight as well, because it helps me on my journey, put together the pieces of the puzzle to understand, how this earth has actually been hijacked and what it means. So the first thing I want you to consider is, if you haven't studied the thumbnail, go back and look at the thumbnail. Okay, the thumbnail, you're going to see something that is called samsara. Okay, and what samsara is considered the wheel of reincarnation, and holding this wheel is a being. Okay, and at the top right, you will see a monk that is pointing to the moon. Okay, now I also want you to look at the picture of Shiva and see the moon that he's holding as well. And we're going to talk a little bit about this. Okay, so the Buddhists understood how this earth realm has been hijacked. And there's a lot of esoteric teachings concerning it. A lot of the things that I have studied on my own along in my journey to help inform humanity on the importance of breaking free mentally through a lot of these religious systems, because our earth has actually been hijacked. Okay, and we're going to talk a little bit deeper about that, but let's get this part out of the way first. The monks knew that in order for a soul to ascend and go past the earth realms, okay, that they would have to tap into a higher level of divinity and not go through any gods to do this. Okay, now, through all of our religious systems, there were a lot of false deities, that came through and shared their versions of creation stories. Okay, and a lot of them pointed the way back to them as being the ultimate God, or the God of creation. Shiva is known as the God of creation and destruction. Okay, in the Hindu pantheon, that's what he's known for. But when you look at his images, he's always depicted carrying a moon. If you read some of the teachings, the esoteric teachings, like the Pista Sophia, you will come to the realization that, the High Master Jesus, or Yeshua, had taught that there was a certain amount time where souls were not able to enter into the earth realm, nor were they able to escape. Okay, so they kind of hijacked the earth, okay, and turned it into this matrix system where what would happen is, if we did not reach a certain level of consciousness, if we were unable to tap into divine source on our own, and if we went through these religious systems, when we left this realm of existence, we would go to the moon area, and we would get reincarnated, we would be recycled, and we would be reborn back to do another earth journey here, and our memories will be wiped clean. That is why during this time of the Great Awakening, many of us are starting to wake up and figure out who we are. Okay, this is what this whole thing is about. This global reset, this mass awakening. Many people are coming to the conclusion and the understanding of who they actually are, and that is infinite beings having a human experience. Okay, but you have to reach a certain level of consciousness, a certain level of vibration, mainly the highest, which is love, right? And you have to be able to tap into or awaken your Christ consciousness, your crystalline DNA, because all of your memories are stored in your actual DNA. So this means that we have to go through the process of decalcifying our pineal gland, which once again, we was teaching, this is the seat of the divine here. This is how we tap into the highest source of creation. The samsara wheel shows you all of the various cycles that a human being can go through, okay, if they have not reached that awakening point, so that they can escape the earth. Now, interesting enough, in ancient cuneiform, the moon had a name, and there was a god that reigned over that moon, and his name was Sin. Isn't that interesting, right? His name was Sin, S-I-N, okay? The reason that the earth has been hijacked in the manner that it is, and you're able to see how your freedoms have been taken away, how your freedom of speech, how your soul expression has been removed from you, and everyone has been bound by all of these different religious systems. But what's really going to blow your mind is when you find out that it is the same being that is in all of these religious systems. Okay? That is proclaiming to be God. That's something I'm sure you didn't know. But there was a reason why we were taught that the devil deceives the whole world. Now, see, when we say the whole world, okay, many of us are so high-minded and pious that we believe that that's not happening to us, right? But at the same time, you have to be very careful of who you're praying to. All right? Now, what was happening in the past and what is continuing to happen if humanity does not wake themselves up and understand that they are sovereign beings and use the power of love. You see my t-shirt? It says, my sweatshirt says love, okay? But that's what I represent here. If we don't wake up to that, okay, then what you end up doing is binding yourself to a false deity. And when you bind yourself to a false deity, when you leave this realm of existence, you go to that deity and you never escape the earth realms. And then you are being recycled back here over and over and over again. And the inorganic ones want to harness your energy. And some of the energy, one of the biggest ways that they harness your energy is through fear. And this is why we live above the fear, in the highest level of love, right? Free will is the law of the universe. You've heard us say it over and over again. Unconditional love is the highest law, right? And this is how you escape the matrix system. Shiva holds the moon, okay? Because so he is representative of that. He was he had taught at one point that he was the creator God. Okay, so with that being said, you also need to be aware that Shiva is still synonymous with Jehovah. That's going to be something that's not going to sit well with you. I know it's not going to sit well with you, but I would not be doing my job, what I was commissioned here to do, if I did not at least share it with you. It is up to you to believe it. And if it resonates with you, go for it. If it doesn't, table it for a minute, okay? And then do your own research and you'll understand what it is that I am saying. Our religious systems have all been hijacked and they all carry the same being, okay, as the head of these religious systems. There's a reason why it was called Mystery Babylon. Okay? We are dealing from cuneiform, Sanskrit, Ugaritic, Aramaic, and Hebrew. And we have built all of these religions, okay, based on the teaching of this deity that is not the true creator. And if you do not wake up to your sovereign divinity and understand how to get past this and tap into the true creator of the universe, you will be recycled. The monks knew this, and now so do you. Okay? Now, after a period of time, a lot of the false ones, who actually, did assisted in some of these crimes against humanity and causing humanity to be a slave race, started to repent. And what their charge was now was, okay, where, we found out the errors of our ways. Now, not all of them repented. Not all of them repented. You should know that. But many of them did, okay? And what they started to do was try to deal with their own followers by releasing them and actually trying to teach them the truth. So when this happened, the whole image of Shiva changed, and it became this. This is called the Shiva Linga. What does this look like to you? Some say a fountain, but do you see what I see? So, the Shiva Linga represents the principle of divine masculine and feminine balance for creation. Okay? It is supposed to be formless, and it is supposed to redirect you from the false idol of Shiva back to the Ein Sof. And here you will see with the Shiva Linga that there's 3 notches here. All right? And 2 of these notches represent the Ein Sof. The bottom and the very top. Okay? These are the 3 logos. Now, if you're trying to figure out what logos means, logos is a term that we use when we say those who were in charge of making cosmic order or cosmic rules. Okay, these are the cosmic lawgivers. You have the alpha at the bottom and you have the omega at the top, or it could be reversed, depending on how you look at it. Okay, and in between them was the Shiva. Not the beginning, not the last, but in the middle. The 3 logos. Okay? Now, in another video, I might go into more detail of what the 3 logos are and what they represent, but it's not important in this video today. What is important in this video today is that you understand how to get out of the matrix and how to escape this earth reality. While we are experiencing all of this awakening, the decalcification of our pineal gland, while we're really starting to talk and tap into the divine, and we're starting to remember unlocking certain codes in our DNA as our DNA becomes crystallized, and we start to live above the fear, okay? And we start to really, really operate in our Christ consciousness, all right? And our love and our light to wake up humanity and to shift this earth on to a higher level of vibration and frequency. You also have to be aware of all of the deception that is around you. People get caught up and wrapped up in these religious systems, not understanding that they were designed to take away your free will. There are certain principles that you will naturally abide by, that you don't need rules and regulations to do that. Okay, many people give away their own sovereign power to another deity that doesn't even represent the creator or the Ein Sof. That's how you get trapped. Certain beings hijacked the earth to want it for themselves and somewhat isolated it from the rest of the universe. We are the universe, light workers. Our minds have to be free. We want to live in a state of joy and peace and harmony and love, right? And we're missing fun and family units. And we're substituting all of these things by asking for someone else to take that power from you and grant you the things that you naturally earn and deserve. What? I don't think you understand me. What I'm trying to say to you is if you consider all of the species on this earth, animals, humans, plants alike, humanity was supposed to be the highest and the most intelligent species on the earth, but yet we're the only species that have to pay for our water, for our food, for our clothing. We're the only species on the planet that have to prove that you're worthy to own anything, a car, a home, or anything like that based off of a score that somebody else personally has assigned to you. We're the only species of the planet that needs to ask permission, okay, to banks or anything else just to have the very simple things in life that the earth naturally provides for you. You don't think that you've been hijacked, and you have. We raise our consciousness when we start to really, 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 really tap into the divine source and know and remember who we are. Remember, the kingdom of heaven is within, right? So we have to look inward. And this is what the monks was teaching us a long time ago. The coincidences, there are none. When the whole world got deceived, the whole world got deceived, okay? And every single master teacher that walked this earth, that tried to awaken humanity to the truth, they all died or was murdered. But not this time. See, there's going to be no martyrs on this journey here. We came here in power. We came here in truth. We came here in authenticity. We came here with our light and our love, and it's not going to happen this time. We win. All right? And all false idols fall. And the truth stands supreme. Get out of the hamster wheel. Get out of the reincarnation cycle. Take your power back. And understand there is a creator of this universe that wants to see you free. That's all I have to say about that. Stop worshiping these false idols, because it is the same being that has implemented every single religion. And because we're in the great awakening and the great unveiling, the truth is being exposed now. Remember, in the New Testament, it said that there will be a great falling away first, and then the man of sin will be revealed. Okay? Now, many people misinterpreted the scripture to think that when it comes down to the great falling away, that people were just going to leave the churches. That's what they wanted you to say. But really what it is an unmasking so that you can see. Things that are hidden. Okay, if this is hiding behind something, okay, this is a regular piece of paper. This is hiding behind this. This has to fall away first for this to be exposed. A lot of things have been taught to you backwards. We're in the greatest time of history. But you have two choices on how you're going to process this information. You're either going to be rejoiceful and understanding that, hey, we won, we are finally free, my soul, my spirit is free, and I don't have to come back here. Or you're going to process this in a state of fear, and you're going to stay here, and you're going to be trapped again. You have been warned. I am Sophie, and the lioness mane is out today. So I love you all. Study the picture, do your research, and be free. Peace and blessings.